Hi, this is Melissa, your free range psychic, and today the first thing I saw when I turned on my computer was that Jeffrey Epstein has committed suicide. I wanted to just read a really small snippet from ABC News. Jeffrey Epstein has the disgraced millionaire who faced federal sex trafficking charges died by suicide early Saturday in his lower Manhattan prison cell. 3 law enforcement officials told ABC News. Epstein hanged himself, law enforcement sources said. He was transported in cardiac arrest at 6:39 a.m. from Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York Downtown Hospital, according to sources. So my mind immediately went to the reading that I had done on Epstein when my guides had chosen the death card as the outcome card, and they had said that he was in fear for his life and many people wanted him dead. So I asked my guides, and please take this with a grain of salt, I'm not saying this is fact, but my guide said that it wasn't suicide, that it was murder. And that these people had been, whoever murdered him, they were paid to murder him by powerful people who did not want him to testify. So that is, you know, I don't know what to say. Good morning, America. You know, so that's going to be all over the news today. I wish they had kept him safer there in that prison, because how could he have killed himself? Weren't they watching him? Wasn't he on suicide watch? It makes no sense that he could. And what would he have? How did he murder himself? I mean, how did he commit suicide? Aren't they supposed to not have anything that you know, available to allow them to do that? It's just doesn't make sense. And it is very unfortunate, because now, you know, that trial can't happen. Although Ghislaine Maxwell, who must be terrified for her own life, I think, you know, she's going to have a trial. I hope it. My guides say it's all going to come out anyway. Don't worry about that. But you know, it's pretty terrifying if you think about it. So that being said, I always say that being said, it's a good segue, you know, to go on to something else. My guides wanted me to do a reading on America, where we are right now and where we're headed. And I wanted to do this video. I attempted to do it on Wednesday because I had some time, but my video program wouldn't work, and none of the others would work that I had, and I ended up having to be on the phone with Windows or Microsoft support for 3 hours, and in the end having to upload a whole new upgrade for Windows. So but it solved the problem. So it wasn't meant to be, and then I didn't have time until today. So I'm going to get right into it. So the card, the subject card is the Empress. This card represents America. It comes up in a lot of psychic readings. I've noticed for other psychics as America, and it's coming up in this reading as America too. The United States of America. That's what the Empress represents. The above card is the Nine of Wands. This is us feeling embattled. We're hunkering down for the next thing, right? In the past is the Death card, and this represents the shootings, the mass shootings in Gilroy, California, El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. In the below card is Ten of Wands, and this is us feeling embattled, not embattled, burdened down. Burdened down by everything. One day after the next, what's going to happen? What's Trump going to say? You know, the bullying of Trump, his maliciousness, his negativity, his you know, it's not just that he says racist things or he espouses policies that are tyrannical, but they actually translate into action. And so we have things like, the migrant concentration camps, and we have, the increasing gun violence and hate crimes and that kind of thing. Yeah, the Muslim ban. My mind is, what's in my mind is what happened in Mississippi, this week, with over 600 people being arrested as undocumented workers, and their children being left abandoned in schools and daycare centers. The heartlessness of that. Just I watched, I think, Lawrence Aldano calling it torture. And so we feel so much anxiety, so much depression, and powerlessness, and just this always this every single day, this this burden, that we're living through right now. It just seems so overwhelming. In the future, the Knight of Wands, and so my guides say. So we've gotten to the point now where we're feeling so embattled, so overwhelmed, so frustrated, so angry that we're not going to take it anymore. It says we're mad as hell. We're not going to take it anymore. That's this card, and this card shows new leaders stepping up, new actions, new protests. All this activity, and this is irrevocable. This is the revolution. It is not going to just be same old anymore. This really is the change coming, that is going to stop this cycle of evil and oppression and corporate rule and all of that. This is America coming forward with new energy. And making huge changes, and this is us snapping out of it. We are no longer going to take it en masse. This is a critical mass of people waking up. So this is the clarifying card. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and so my guides say this represents the times they are changing. We are really coming to this crucial change that there's no going back from, where in 2020 we are going to have a Democratic president, a Democratic Senate, a Democratic Congress, who are going to make far-reaching and dramatic policy changes that are going to address how we treat our migrant population, how we deal with gun control, how we deal with our environment. We are really, we're going to go to this from this far right-wing corporate, deregulation, libertarianism, to progressive, green, New Deal kind of thing. It's really going to happen, and this is going to be for everything, for healthcare, for protecting the environment from fracking. And I think fracking will become illegal. Actually, we're going to be protecting our water. All these things that seem impossible now are going to be taking place, and the change is starting now, and it's starting because. In the outcome card, we are being woke. This is my guides say this is the this is the Archangel Gabriel waking us up with a clarion call. And there's no going back from this. We are being called to wake up, and dramatic changes are happening in the future, all for the better. And because of the extreme evil we have faced with Trump, that has been the impetus to wake us up and move forward so we can save this planet. So my guides also wanted me to give you a oracle card, and the card that they wanted me to give you was boundaries. This is from, this is the back of the card here. The Queen of the Moon Oracle. And this is by Stacey Demarco. So I'm going to read this card for you. And each card, they're aligned with a certain moon phase. So this is a waxing gibbous moon. Judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. You teach people how to treat you, judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care. Simplify. And the affirmation, I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. And they suggest a companion stone to work with, and onyx is that card. So this card is about making and defining boundaries. You see, that where you are being able to protect yourself, where you can replenish your energy, where you can have a safe haven. Oftentimes we are, especially if we're raised in households that don't have good boundaries, we don't know how to be able to protect ourselves, to be able to judge for ourselves what is helpful for us and what is not, because we immediately go to this mindset of, oh, that's selfish, or you know, maybe a lack of self-worth, or an enmeshment even, where you know, we're all identifying as a collective, you know, so what the family wants or what the group wants, so we have to want too. But that's not necessarily helpful for the individual, especially if somebody's a sensitive, you know, somebody's an empathic person, or somebody has even it can get to the you know, even to a level of like physiological sensitivity. You know, you can be with a group of people, you can have allergies that nobody else has, and if they don't respect that or aren't aware of that, you can find yourself being sick a lot because you're eating what other people are eating, or you're being exposed to, you know, I don't know, even, you know, perfumes and colognes that if you have a multiple chemical sensitivity, you might get sick. But because your identity is with this group of people, and you don't have clear boundaries about what is good for you, what is healthy for you, even to the point of your, you know, life and death, that can be very dangerous for you, and that can take a lot of energy from you. You need to figure out what is going to be health-giving for you, what is going to be you know, help you create an environment where you can thrive and flourish, and not just kind of you know, just kind of like half be there because you're sick from in toxic energy too. If you're spending time with toxic people, people who are causing pain for you, who are not being respectful of your boundaries, either because you haven't established them, but I want to go beyond that, because I don't care whether another person's established their boundary or not. I want to be able to respect their boundary, to understand what their boundary is, to have a sense and a sensitivity to what is healing for them, so I don't cause harm. So, but we can't rely on people to do that for us. So it's really important to figure that out for ourselves, so we can have this protection, this bubble, this sanctuary where we can renew our energies, and we can feel safe, and we don't feel at the I don't know, I guess the phrase beck and call of others is, but it's not really that either. At the mercy, really, of others to, you know, understand and respect what we need, so that we're not drained of energy, or we're not feeling emotionally weak or vulnerable, or taken advantage of, or because other people are not respecting or understanding what it is that we really do need. We need to do that for ourselves, right? And we need to be able to feel secure in our judgment and not self-doubt. A lot of conditioning is to not believe what you feel, or not trust your inner voice. Always be looking to other people to give you affirmation, because you're not sure, you know, that you're always worrying that you could be wrong. But there's a need to have faith in yourself, even if it's not wrong for other people. If it's not feeling good for you, if it's making you sad, or if it's making you feel tired, or if it's really cutting into the joy of your time, to the point where you're just getting depressed, or you're having a lot of anxiety and you're just really not able to function, because it really gets to that point, doesn't it? You need to be able to sort that out, to figure that out, so that you're you can heal from that, and then you can go through each day knowing that you have this self-healing capacity, really. And part of self-healing is to create those boundaries, to understand what your boundaries are, and to love yourself, and be compassionate with yourself. And the other part of this is that so many sensitives, empaths, are healers or light workers. So you can give back. You cannot give back. You cannot be an effective light worker if you're not self-healed, if you're not healing yourself. You're just going to get drained of energy, and you're going to maybe get sick, or you're going to just not, you're going to get apathetic and not have the motivation because you haven't taken care of yourself. So really, boundaries is really about taking care of yourself. So I do personal readings. I read past lives. I can read, whatever's going on in your present life. And that includes future and past within that. And then I work with my guides to communicate with those who've passed, your loved ones. And I can help figure out whether they've transitioned or not, and then working with my guides, we can help them transition, or try to help them pass over successfully if they have not. And also, as you all know from watching my other videos, those of you who've watched the other ones, I love connecting people to their guardian angels, and that gives me great joy. So I'll leave my contact information below, and I'm available. I have availability for mid-August and onwards, just so you know. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share. That being said, I hope everybody is well today, and no matter what's going on, find your bubble and find a place of protection for you, where you can experience peace and centering and joy and appreciation of the beauty of the world around you, whatever that means for you.